Welcome again as we continue reviewing the instruction for the 2023 DV program. Let's go and check on the things which you will expect to fill in the application form. Things that you're going to fill in the application form. The first thing is name. You're going to fill in the application form your last family name, a first name, and the middle name, exactly as it appears on your passport. So that is the number one. Number two is gender. Whether you are male or female, you are going to indicate it. And third, the date of birth. So you're going to fill in the date of birth by starting by date, month, and year. And the fourth thing is city where you are born. So what you need to do is to fill in the city where you are born as it is appear maybe on your birth certificate or on your passport. Also, the country where you are born. The country where you are born, you're going to fill it. Another thing is country of eligibility for the DV program. For example, you were born in Nigeria, and Nigeria is not eligible for the DV 2023, but you have a spouse who is country of birth is Ghana, or your parent, one of your parent was born in Ghana. So you can claim your Ghana as your country of eligibility for the DV program if you are a Nigerian national, because Nigerians are not allowed to participate in the DV program. But if you are eligible, country of eligibility will be the same as country where you are born. For example, if you are Kenyan, you are born in Kenya, the country where you are born will be Kenya, and the country of eligibility will be Kenya. Same with those who are born in Ghana, Cameroon, South Africa, Congo, everywhere. Another things which you're going to fill in the application form is the passport number. The passport number, the country of issuance, the expiration date for your valid travel passport as it appears in your passport. There is this exception. Exemption may apply to you if you don't have a passport. And this exemption says that a national, an exemption may apply if you are stateless, a national of a communist-controlled country, and unable to obtain a passport from the government of communist-controlled country, or the beneficiary of the individual waiver approved by the Secretary of the Homeland Security and the Secretary of State. So these are the exemption if you don't have passport. Make sure you are a stateless person, you're coming from the communist controlled country, or you have a waiver which is been approved by the Secretary of Homeland Security and the Secretary of State. You can apply without a passport. Another things which you're going to fill in is your photograph. Your photograph, which is the recent taken within the last 6 months of yourself, your spouse, and your derivative children. Don't use the photograph which you've been used for the past DV application, because if you do so, you might get disqualified, or you might use the photo and get selected. Luckily or not luckily, later on you get disqualified because you have used the passport size which was not taken within last 6 months. Also, other things which you're going to fill in the application form is the mailing address. It may be in care of, then the city or town, the district, country or province or state, postal or zip code, and the country. So you have to prepare all these things before you do an application. Another things which you're going to fill in the application form is country where you are live today. The country where you live today. So if you are in Kenya, you will put in Kenya. If you are in Tanzania, you will indicate in Tanzania. If you are in Missouri, if you are in Algeria, if you are in Cameroon, any country, you just indicate it. Then you will put a phone number, which is an option. You can put it or not. The important things to put is email address. They said an email address to which you have direct access and will continue to have direct access through May of the next year. If you check the entrance status check in May and learn you have been selected, you will later receive follow-up email communication from the Department of State with details if an immigrant visa interview becomes available. The Department of State will never send you email telling you that you have been selected for the DV program. So you have to be careful. Indicate the email address which you have access with. Also, another things you're going to put on the application form is the highest level of education you have achieved of today. Of today, it means the days which you are going to do application. You're going to fill in application form. Which level of education you have achieved. If it is a primary school, only just indicate it. If it is some high school, no diploma, just indicate it. If it is high school diploma, just indicate it. If it is a vocational school, just indicate it. If it is some university courses. In this, it means that you are in university but not yet graduated from the university. You still in the university, so you can put the option of some university courses, but you can put university degree if you have graduated from the university and you have a university degree. Put some graduate level courses if you are in graduate courses. Maybe you are in master's program, you didn't finish master's program, you are still in master's program, put some graduate level courses. But if you finish master's degree, put or indicate master's degree. If you have doctoral or doctorate, just indicate as it is appeared or shown in the instruction. Another things, the current marital status. The marital status you have at the time you are doing your application. If you are married, just indicate it unmarried. If you are married and your spouse is not a US citizen or lawful permanent resident, just indicate it. If you are married and your spouse is a US citizen or US permanent residence, you should indicate it. If you have divorced, just indicate you are divorced. If you are widow, indicate the same. If you are legally separated, just indicate the same. So enter the name, date of birth, gender, city or town of birth, and country of birth of your spouse, and a photograph of your spouse meeting the same technical specification as your photos. Most of people, uh, ask this question: Did my will the photo of my spouse and my children be the same as meet all the requirement as required by the program? Yes, the photo requirement that you as a principal applicant, you have been followed, then the other photos of your spouse and your derivative children must meet the same qualification. And there are this part here says failure to list your eligible spouse or listing someone who is not your spouse will make you ineligible as the DV principal applicant and your spouse and children ineligible as DV derivative applicant. You must list your spouse even if your current are separated from him or her, unless you are legally separated. Legal separation is an arrangement when a couple remain married but live apart, following a court order. If you and your spouse are legally separated, your spouse will not be able to immigrate with you through the DV program. Will you will not be penalized if you choose either the name of you will not be penalized if you choose to enter the name of your spouse from whom you are legally separated. If you are not legally separated by a court order, you must include your spouse even if plan to be divorced before apply for the for the diversity visa, or your spouse doesn't intend to immigrate. So if you have in that situation, do as the instruction says. Other things that you're going to fill in the application form is the number of children. List the names, date of birth, gender, city or town of birth, and the country of birth of all living and married children under 21 years of age, regardless of whether they are living with you or intended to accompany or follows to join you should you immigrate to the United States. Submit individual photograph of each of your children using the same technical specification as your own photograph. So that is the things which you're going to fill in application form as it provided in the instruction. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe.